Have you seen the land? Living
Good morning. We are just getting ready to move off from Bollington, which is really nice, and we're slightly reluctant to leave, but we've been here probably long enough. Don't want to get any overstay notices, and we're just going to creep up towards Marple. It's always exciting going up a bit of canal that you've never been up before. See what's going to lie on the other side of the bridge ahead. All the way down along this canal from Middlewood, I think, is a cycle path, so we've got access to cycle back to get some shopping, because I think the bit from here to Marple is probably quite remote, which will be nice. And it would be good if we could get the boat closer to the bank so I can do a bit of maintenance and cleaning and even water my plants without danger of falling in the canal. We also want to move while we can because it continues hot and quite windy now, so it doesn't feel too hot, but there will be a lot of evaporation from the canals, and we want to move while we still can, just in case anything happens and restrictions come in. Woohoo, here we go. Push off from the front. Monday morning move. I might have to push it off the back a bit, H. It's coming. Do the splits. That's it. Just as I set off, there's another boat coming through the bridge, and the water levels are definitely dropping a bit, so you have to try and stay middly, which is problematic with a bridge, a moored boat and two boats passing. So I'm going to have to be careful here. You can feel stuff under the water. I'll just float around and let them manoeuvre. It's a higher boat and they seem to have stopped, so hopefully they'll figure out what to do. Okay, all good. They come through nice and slowly and sensibly. Thank you.
Lovely colours.
Thank you.
Colours.
We have my yours coming up.
It's a lovely quiet section up here. Bits of mooring here and there. No industry around. Very few villages or towns. A nice place to go off-grid and remote for a few days. Look, same problem as a bit further down the canal. We can't get in. So we've moored up now because it's quite hot outside. We're going to have an afternoon here, and I'm doing a bit of gardening. We've realised that everything on the roof has grown like mad over the last few weeks, so we can't see where we're going when we're driving. So the tomatoes, which I haven't grown before, I've gone down onto the front of the boat because they grow so tall. And our chives have made a huge big grassy bunch, so I've cut them all off, because the brilliant thing with chives is you can cut them up into little bits, put them in a bottle, and they don't stick together, so you can keep them in the freezer all winter and just sprinkle chives on whatever you want. That was a great Instagram tip that I got from somewhere or other, so that's what I'm doing here. And then the other thing that I'm doing, so I've been collecting ripe nettle seeds. You have to make sure you collect the male, not the female ones. It's quite obvious when you look at the plant. But nettle seeds are anecdotally supposed to be very good for hay fever. And I'll try anything for hay fever. And my problem is early season hay fever, usually like tree pollen and so on. And there's never any nettle seeds at that time, so I try to produce enough at this time of year so that I can build up the amount I take at the other end of the year. And even if it doesn't work for hay fever, nettle seeds are just real little nutrition bombs. They're really good. Just sprinkle them on my smoothie in the morning. So I collect the tops with gloves on, strip all the seed heads off, and then when they're dry I just put them into an ordinary sieve, because the seed heads are small enough to go through a bog standard sieve, and I get seeds like that. It's really easy to do, easy and free. Okay, next day, and there are restrictions on the locks just ahead of us. We're not going up the locks anyway. Yesterday they said there was going to be assisted passage, and today they said there's not enough water, so there's no passage. So, being forewarned, we've decided that we're going to get ourselves up onto the Peak Forest Canal, fill up with water, get some shopping, just in case the canal ends up with total restrictions on it, and then we're in the right place if we do get stuck for the rest of the summer, something like that anyway. Well, the going is a little sluggish. It always happens when the canal water is low. You have sluggish steering and you can't go too fast. You can sort of see how it's dropping because the edges of the banks are showing their stones and things, but it's fine for the moment. And I'm enjoying going up this really peaceful canal. I think it's one of my favourites so far. Joy will say that. This one is. The plants have all been clipped on the boat and the tomatoes moved off the front, so we can actually see where we're going today. Yesterday when we arrived we found a plastic bag wrapped around the prop, so that would explain why yesterday's driving was a little bit tricky. We picked it up under a bridge. Bridges are the sort of places where stuff tends to get dumped as people walk across them, so you often find clangy metal things and all sorts under a bridge. It's where all the magnet fishers go as well. Treasures to be found or not. I really like this boat. It's sort of Dutch barge style. Strawberry Fields, beautiful boat. Oh yeah. When we get to this point in the summer, especially if we think we might have to be around this area for longer than we anticipated, we start looking at boatyards and marinas, because we have to find somewhere to park the boat every winter. So we like to peruse them as we go by, see if there's any moorings, see if we'd like to be there. We do prefer the more informal boatyards to the big marinas. Meanwhile, Henry, as I'm going along, is still working down there on the Houdini hatch, which is taking, well, quite considerable time to get finished, but we are seeing the end of it now, so hopefully very soon that will be one job less to do. Oops, we got ourselves stuck. A couple walking up ahead of us just found an abandoned by mistake rucksack at the bench, and they didn't know what to do about it. So I suggested that they actually open it and see if somebody's name was inside, and they found a purse, so they're going to take it down to the trading post, and hopefully somebody who's on the local Facebook group can put their name on it and get it back. Meanwhile, Henry's having to get us unstuck. The boat is crunching along on all sorts of rocks and things here. Right, we're nearly at the water point, and there is a boat reversing down, so hopefully they're just going to moor and there isn't any issue up there. It's always amazing to see people reversing in a straight line. This boat doesn't manage that. He's got bow thrusters, that's why he can go in a straight line. It's always a help reversing. Water filled, plants watered, and off we go. Find somewhere to shop. The lady waiting to get on the water point has just come up from the Peak Forest Canal. She says it's very shallow down there, so stick to the middle, which I'm having to do on this one, to be honest. Over there is the beginning of the Peaks National Park, and the canal that we're aiming for comes back down in a sort of 45-degree angle from this one, so we should be deep into the heart of it if all goes well. He's pretending he's a statue. Thinks if he doesn't move, we won't see him. I think it's a juvenile. Cooling off in the water. Good idea. See how low it is over there. That water should be right up. Wow, there's a lot going on at that garden. Beautiful. Even a bit of topiary. Oh, well, a tree has stopped play. Up ahead of us is a tree fallen across the canal, which might be cleared by Friday, and it's Tuesday today. But that's okay. Bridge 6 is coming into Marple, so we'll have access to shops and transport. So that's okay, we can deal with that. So change of plan today then. We're going to stop at Bridge 12 for some shopping, and then we've got between Bridge 12 and Bridge 6 to find somewhere nice to moor up for who knows. But it will be fine. You have to be adaptable, and I think this is going to be an increasing problem over the summers now, getting stuck and having to adapt to it. And we need more reservoirs. The Tobruk Reservoir, which is one of the ones that feeds this, has been out of action for a few years now, although that is filling up and hopefully will come back into play soon. It would be nice to make it onto the Peak Forest. Definitely want to get out of this bit because I've just been bitten by a horsefly and they're buzzing around us. Right, it's just coming along to Bridge 6. So this is supposed to be the last bridge you can get through. Oops. So see what's happening afterwards. Well, here I am up at the very closed down Marple flight. Closed until at least next week. Possibly longer. You can see how high this canal is. Well, I level with the peaks over there. So that's the Peak Forest Canal down there, and I'm just going to go and find us a mooring spot. Look at this. What a gorgeous place to moor. Henry's on his way down. I don't think I've ever had such a fantastic view from the boat. Well, that's us moored up for now. We're half under a tree for the morning sun and plenty of afternoon sun, which will be good in this heat. So we're going to stay here for a little while and go and explore from where we are. So have a good week everyone, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Won't you come and say if you know the way?